Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to make a quick video to show you how I make my custom bed leveling code in OpenSCAD. This is going to be part of the 3D Printing 101 series. I know one of the things that I had trouble with at the beginning was just getting that bed level and getting a good stick for PLA down on the bed. So this is what I do. I think I originally saw this on a Chep video. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. Great load of knowledge. But he really only did his, I think he really only did his for the Ender 3, but I have several other printers, all different sizes. So let's get into it real quick. Here you can see I'm going to have printers with different bed sizes. Here's the Ender 3. And as another example, here's my TiVo Tornado, which has a much bigger build plate. So I need custom code to make some bed leveling STLs or G-code. I guess it would be G-code. I need some custom code to build some bed leveling G-code. Basically what I want to do is just print squares so I can turn those pink knobs down there and adjust it while it's there. So the thought is, first you get it close with a piece of paper or whatever, then you can micro adjust while it's printing this giant square and get it as level as you can. Okay guys, here's what we're gonna do. If you haven't downloaded and installed OpenSCAD, go ahead and do that now. It's on the website. Just put a Google in for OpenSCAD, you'll find it. We're gonna do a new, and we are going to make our screen big. Now, if you know what your bed size is on your 3D printer, let's say you're doing the TiVo, easy for me to say. Let's say you're doing the TiVo Tornado. I know that bed size is 300 by 300. So what I want to do is I want to make basically a cube. So I'm going to type cube. I'm going to put in my brackets and my parentheses, and I'm going to make it, let's make it 275 by 275 by 0.5. Now, oops, missed a comma. So now what this will do is this is going to make a giant square 275 millimeters by 275 millimeters by 0.5 millimeters tall. So if we do a render on that, oh, it says, oh, you knucklehead, you forgot something. And what it was is my other bracket. Okay, so there we can see we have that. Now we're going to do, let's shrink that down because that's big. Okay, so there we are with our square. Now what we need to do is cut out the inside because we don't want to print all that and waste all that filament. I guess you could start like this and then just stop your print, but we're going to try to make this a little easier on ourselves. So then what we need to do is we need to make a difference. So let's do a difference, because difference takes away. And then what you'll do is, type difference with your double parentheses. It's like a function. And then you're going to include all this below it. And that's what that squiggly bracket is. And what it will do is take the second one I type in, it will take away from the first one. So, or subtract from it, let's call it that. So let's do a cube. And we'll say it is 274 by 274 by 0.5. Oops, forgot my brackets. Let's get those brackets back in there. And then put our semicolon at the end. And then we'll put our squiggly bracket to close it all out. Now, this is not going to be completely right. Let me show you why. Let's render that. That's going to say, oh, well, first, because I hit the wrong bracket, but let's do that again. So you can tell that it didn't really take it out of the middle like we thought we would. We thought we would just take out 274 by 274 by a half meter square. First, let's go ahead. Let's make this a 1, so we'll make it taller than the previous square, but still it doesn't look quite right. So one thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to move this square over one
So the 274 comes out of those. And let's, you know what, let's make it a little bit smaller. So when we move it over one, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be better. So now what we need to do is move this bottom square over one on the X. So, and also we'll do one other thing, but let's get this in first. Translate, that's a move command. And we are going to do 1x, 1 over x, 0, let's do 1y. And then, so basically what that's going to do is move it 1 millimeter this way, 1 millimeter this way. And then we want to move it down. So we're going to do negative 0.5 on the Z. So that's down this way. And if you don't know how this is set up, this is Z going up, this is X going right, and this is Y going this way. So let's do that over again. Oh, look at that. We forgot another bracket. Those brackets get me every time. I'm sure you're a better programmer than me, so you can get that. Now, one thing I want to do, I translate it down. Let's go ahead and make it just a little bit higher. Let's make it 5 high. And there we go. If you get messed up like this, just go up here and go under View, and there should be a Reset View. Bam. And it takes you back in there. So see how we made this giant thin square? So that can print on the outside, and then we can move our knobs and get that bed, I'll call it micro leveled. Now, another thing you could do if you want to get fancy is you can make another cube in here a little bit further. You know, say make it 100 by 100, but move it over, 50 or whatever. So you could make multiple squares. So if you think your middle's off, you could do that. You could just make this square smaller if you think your middle's off, and do that. And then what you want to do is go ahead and render that. And you want to export that as an STL. So you're going to give it a name, and we're going to call it bed level TiVo for my tornado. And we're going to save that. And then all you have to do is import this into your slicer, convert it to G-code, take it over to your printer, and start printing. And then you can micro tune by turning those knobs. Okay guys, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and open our slicer, and then let's see if we can find that file we just created. We found that STL. We're going to pull that in, and now look, see how that goes to the edges? So if you can imagine the knobs down in here, you can twist those knobs as it's printing, and you can get that close. So let's go ahead and slice that. And we're going to go ahead and save that file, take it to the printer, and run a quick test. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people making fun of my bed and how much glue and gunk is on it, but you know what? This thing cranks stuff out, and why change what's working? Alright, when it gets up to temperature, I like to get it level with a piece of paper first. Just get it close, basically, is what we're doing. This is the way I like to do it. So what I have on mine is I can go down to the prepare menu, and I can disable steppers, and all that does is make it to where you can grab your end and move it, grab your table, your bed, move it. So what we'd like to do then is let's go ahead, and what we should probably do is auto home. Let the printer go to its home location. Sorry, I keep moving that around, got it in the way, but we're going to do that one more time. Now that we have it at home, we're going to go ahead and disable the steppers so we can move that around and check it for. And what you want to do is you want to go through and just make sure it barely grabs the paper, provides resistance. Move it to the next spot, check and make sure it barely grabs the paper. And like I said, this just, you want this close. Doesn't have to be perfect.
check this side, check this corner. Looks like I'm a little bit high over here, low over here, but we're going to go ahead and move forward with the bed level code and just see how far off it is. So now that I've saved my slicer file to my SD, I'm going to go ahead and do print from SD on my printer and select that file. Now I'm already heated, my bed's pretty hot, so it's probably going to wait a minute and cool down, so we'll get back to it here in a second. Alright, it is heating up and getting ready to print. So what's going to happen is it's going to put our square down on my mirror here, and then we can adjust these knobs to fine-tune that bed level. You want to go basically the opposite direction because you're looking at it from the top down. So turning it this way, is that right? Yeah, this way will tighten, this way will loosen. So when it tightens it, it brings it lower, and when you loosen it, it lets it raise up. So it looks like just this corner is a little low. So I'm gonna just loosen it a little bit. Everything else looks pretty good. It's sticking really good. It's getting a little better. But you get the point. You just keep doing this. Looks like I need to tighten up my bed a little bit. It's moving. Oh yeah, that's much better. I think we got it. Yeah, I need to give that a tighten, don't I? That'll be another video. Yeah, we got it now. But that's how you micro adjust it. Hey guys, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos in this series, 3D Printing 101. If you're just into 3D printing, these are some of the things that you're probably going to need to know that I ran into that, you know, were a little, I just didn't know about. So it's just stuff I put together. So thanks for watching again. We will see you next time.